guys, in today's video I decided to do a TikTok recommended slime review. I'm absolutely loving TikTok and I love the variety of slime shops on there. So I decided to buy from the first 5 slime shops that TikTok recommended me and compare those videos to the slimes I received, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Anyone who watches slime on TikTok knows that I couldn't have started off this video with anyone but Snoop Slime. She's the biggest slime shop on the platform and it's unsurprising that her slimes came up first, specifically the Maple Waffle Clay DIY slime. The waffle itself is the clay component in this, and the rest of it is made out of slime. The base is just a really thick glossy white slime, and the top part is the maple part, and this is made out of a clear slime. I really love this because it gave it a variety of textures, and also this stayed so thick. This was in transit for about 2 weeks, coming from a very hot country to a cold one, and this stayed in perfect condition. Like you can see here, it also mixed in super easy. I found that the clay didn't dry out at all, and it was also really nice because the maple syrup part just left a really nice swirl in the white slime, so it wasn't plain or boring. Once this was mixed up, it did make a clay slime as expected, and the more you fluffed it up, the more it inflated, and I found that this got so big that I actually needed the container that the clay came in as well as the original slime, and this had an icing scent to me. Snoop Slime's most famous texture is definitely the clear slime, so when this slime came up on my For You page, I was so happy. As you can see, all the add-ins are the same. It has these gorgeous pearls in there, some butterflies and also some glimmers, but the main difference is the colour. On the left it's purple, and in the one I received it was pink. It could just be that this mixes to make a pink and that wasn't shown in the video, but I was kind of surprised when comparing the two. I didn't mind too much because I absolutely love the texture, and I often find when you have this many add-ins, sometimes they can get annoying and you can feel them, but she's perfectly cultivated this texture that is so gummy that you can't feel the small add-ins, but you can still feel the pearls, and it's thick enough but it's not so thick that it isn't stretchy, and it's just such a good slime. This isn't scented, which is expected with a super clear slime like this, and I really enjoyed playing with this. Snoop Slime's very kindly included an extra in this package, and I wanted to start off by saying I absolutely love the sticker on this. I thought it was so creative. It really added to the slime because these types of slimes are quite basic. They're kind of hard to get wrong, so I knew it was going to be a great slime, but it was just so nice to play with. The first thing that stood out to me when I opened it was just how nice it smelled. It smelled like peanut butter mixed with a tiny bit of a cookies and cream scent, and the texture itself was nice. There was a tiny bit of fallout, which is expected with a cloud cream, but this is a gorgeous texture, and if you aren't familiar with these textures, it's a mix of like a butter slime and a snow slime, so it kind of has quite a dense texture, and like you can see, it does look a bit like cookie dough, and added cookie dough chips are Java chips in this, which are like foamy little chunks. package itself came in a big brown box, and like you can see here, there's actually 2 different types of packing peanuts in there. We'll get onto that later. Everything came in a really nice bubble wrapping, nothing leaked, nothing broke, and this was a really great package. Like you can see, the extras included borax, a care sheet, and also 2 Sour Patch Kids, which were lovely. So back onto the peanuts. This is a mixture of 2 shops. This is actually Slime Obsidians and Snoop Slimes, because Snoop Slimes, I don't know what happened with the USPS near her, but they lost 2 of the packages from July and August, and so I got it shipped to my friend Slime Obsidian, who then shipped it to me. Moving on to the next slime shop, we have Slime Glitters, who is a fellow UK slime, I was going to say YouTuber, but he's not a YouTuber. He's a TikToker and an Instagram businessman. The packaging was absolutely stunning. I love the containers he uses, as well as the actual physical packaging that the package comes in. I always feel like this sets the tone, and the slime itself was perfect. Like you can see, it does have a lot less air in it, just because it's been in transit, which is expected. But the first thing I noticed once I actually touched it was this is a lot less moist than a lot of the icy textures, because this, if you do not know, is made with fake snow and an abundance of water. So with this, I don't know what he's done, but this is very dense. It's much drier than typical icy textures, and because of this, the colours don't mix as quickly, and it makes it really fun to mix in. Once it finally is mixed, it turns purple, and it has a gorgeous rainbow sherbet scent. Next up from Slime Glitters, we have Panda T Float, which is a gorgeous clear slime with an icy float in the middle. This came quite sticky just because we were having a heat wave in England at the time, and I know this has gone in transit to the US and been absolutely fine, but for this reason I just wanted to see how it would mix in at this state in case anyone else got it sticky. Just so you know, he does include an activator bottle, so you could have it just sitting on the top and this would do the trick, but it does mix in very quickly if you leave it. You can also put it in the fridge if you want it to retain a nicer shape and it's in hot weather. Once fully mixed, the textures combine, and icy plus a clear slime makes a jelly texture, and this is super silky, has a gorgeous mango scent, and like you can see, the panda floats go to the bottom, which is ironic seeing as it's called Panda Float, but I really enjoyed this. I thought it was a very pleasant slime, and even though it came melted, the end result is so worth it. For extras, I got a discount code, I got a pre-made slime bottle, a gorgeous British sweet called Mawam, and also a slime care sheet. I love DIY aspects in slime, so when I saw this particular slime, I knew I had to get it. This is Rainbow Ice Float. The bottom is like a clay texture, and then you have the rainbow topping, which is an icy made out of clear slime, and then 3 different coloured clear slimes to top this with. I really liked this because you could mix this up and create different colours, which is what I did, and I just rolled the icy ball up, and then I topped it with the clear slime. And I think I should have activated the icy a bit more, because all of the rest of it came super activated, but that one had melted down for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why, but it ended up with this slanting a bit. But once you mixed it in, this was so nice. It was such a gorgeous one, and it created such a nice texture, and there was such a variety in there, because we have the butter slime on the bottom, we have the really nice crisp texture of the icy, and then we have the gorgeous colours on the top with the clear slime, as well as that added gummy texture. So when it's all mixed up, you've got a huge slime. Mango shaved ice, I want to start off by saying this smells so good. It smells like mango passion fruit to me. It has a very tangy scent, very fresh. I love it. It's very authentic. And then the slime itself, again, was so much fun to assemble. I did it just like her video because this had such a variety of textures in there. I thought the best way to do it was how the creator did it. The main thing I was worried about when assembling this was the variety of textures in there, because we do have bingzo beads, which is notoriously quite tough on your hands, as well as the plastic. But she did the very clever trick of adding the butter slime in there, and that was the whipped topping on the top. And there wasn't much of this, but it was definitely enough to kind of shield the sharpness of the crunchy aspects while still maintaining the crunchiness. So this was such a clever move. The jelly cubes also worked amazingly in there. I'm not always the biggest fan of jelly cubes, but in this it was amazing, and especially so as they like kind of crunch up and disintegrate. So this is another thing that just dulls the sharpness of all the crunchy things but still maintains it. I was so excited when I saw Save the Turtles in there, because this is a DIY clay slime I've been looking at for a while, but I couldn't really justify buying. This comes with a butter slime base, which is scented like really fresh apples. It's a really strong scent. I love it. And then you top it off with your clear slime, which is blue, which represents the ocean. And then you get this adorable little, like, I was going to say a macaron. It is a macaron, but it's also a turtle, and it has this macaron shell. And then the sprig that obviously doesn't mix in. And the really clever thing about this is this stays a very butter heavy slime, because the clay turtle and the clear slime mix together just to make a more butter texture without leaning more towards slime or clay. So this just gives a very silky feel. I love it. And again, this whole thing is scented like fresh apples. For extras, she included a care sheet, borax, some extras, and also wrapped everything perfectly. Next up, we have Cloud9 Slimery, and this video in particular caught my eye because this reminds me a lot of Slime Obsidian's Ultraviolet, which is a bestseller, but this is metallic. It looked exactly like the video, if not better. Something that surprised me with this was this only comes in a 3-ounce size, and it was actually listed in a weird way. It was under the Birthstones series, so you have to click on the Birthstones listing and then go to the last one, which I found quite complicated to navigate because normally they're listed separately. With that being said, when it did come, it was everything I expected. It was extremely holdable, it was stunning, and it wasn't scented. Another one that didn't let my expectations fall down was the s'mores dip. This looked exactly like the video. It was so glossy, the base was so thick. One thing that was kind of weird about the slimes, and it was a very hot time of year when this package arrived, was that even though I activated it, I found it melted down a bit, and this could be due to having too much scented oil or just the hot weather, but I messaged her about this and she took it on board. So when I mixed this in, the clay part was a bit dry, but I do find that sometimes that happens, and as soon as you add it into the slime, it mixes up, which is exactly what happened here. There was no dry residue, and it made a very clay heavy slime, which I wasn't expecting. I was expecting this to only have a tiny bit, but like you can see, this is leaning more towards a butter slime than anything else. This is also a gorgeous chocolate scent. It's really realistic, it isn't sickening at all, and I really enjoyed the colour this was. This slime smells so good, and I never normally start off talking about the scents, but this is like a blue tangy raspberry lemonade scent. The slime itself is super thick, and like the previous one, it did melt down a bit after activating it, but it was still really nice, super creamy. The colour of it's gorgeous, as well as all the add-ins, and this is something I just played with for hours, and I really recommend it. Her extras were absolutely amazing. She sells supplies as well, like confetti pieces and clay, so I got some of that, as well as being sent the classic extras like borax and a care sheet. I was so excited to try the next shot because this is a relatively small one, but the slimes looked amazing. So the first difference I noticed was that this is a slightly darker colour in real life, which I didn't mind at all. I actually think it went a lot better with it. And the scent of this was amazing. It's called Strawberries and Cream, and it smells exactly like that. It isn't an artificial strawberry scent, it's more like a strawberry cheesecake scent. It's so good. I love the DIY aspect. It's a cloud cream, but it's a lot more snow heavy than a lot of the cloud cream textures, so I would say it's leaning more towards being a cloud slime, but it's still super creamy, and like you can see, you can mold it into any shape. So I just got the excess clear slime and topped this off and put it into a heart. next slime I was slightly disappointed with because in the video it didn't look jiggly at all, but I did find both of the slimes that I received in this package to build it to be quite jiggly in person. I've already messaged her about this, but typically this happens if you add too much glycerin or if there's water in the mix of the slime. But as I've mentioned it, I'm sure she'll work on it and fix it. The scent of it was really nice. It was like a creamy pineapple scent, so it was really, really good. And the textures together were jelly slime and a butter slime, and together they didn't mix to make the texture I thought they would. Even when I added more activator, I did find that it stayed kind of jiggly, so this wasn't my favorite one. Kettle corn popcorn was definitely my one that I was most excited for. The video of it looked so good. Like you can see, it looks like caramel drizzling in, and this smelled exactly like a creamy caramel scent. It's so good. The slime was so crunchy. I didn't need to reactivate it much either, and I just find that the texture of this was fantastic because it had a variety of foam balls in there. Some of them were marshmallow beads, which are typically a lot more foamy and easy to squish, but they don't fully break, and then the smaller ones are harder, so it gives a variety of crunch as well as texture, and everything about this was fantastic. The extra slime in this package was gorgeous. I can't exactly put my finger on what scent this is. It just has quite a sweet scent, but it's also like relatively subtle, I would say. I love how vibrant the colours in this are. I thought this was such a joy to play with. Something that really surprised me about this slime was that the colours didn't bleed into each other at all, and I was really impressed with this because this shipped from the US to the UK and it was in transit for about 2 weeks. For extras, she included the squishy and some foam beads. Everything was wrapped super nicely and I enjoyed this package. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I'm so excited to be back, and don't forget to subscribe to watch new videos. I'll be uploading sporadically but hopefully more regularly. Bye!